Hey, I'm Marty Schupak for Schupak Sports. This session is for baseball or softball coaches or parents. It's a very basic, and I'm going to show you how I made a what I call a rag ball. I started doing this when probably my second or third year of coaching, and I increased different drills with players individually before and after practice. What you do is you take a rag. Now this is yellow, could be white. Any home center, Lowe's or Home Depot sells boxes of rags for 12 or $15. What I like to use is either 1 inch masking tape with 2 inch masking tape. And we take the rag and we start wrapping it around with 1 inch masking tape, and we supplement that with 2 inch masking tape. This is the final product, okay? Now, I don't want to make it too tight because if you do different soft toss drills against a concrete wall, if it's tight, it could bounce back. If it's not tight and the player hits it against the wall, it just basically just dies and falls down. What do I like about this? They're basically safe if you make sure there aren't any points coming out. All right. And also, if you're going to do it in your league field, make sure you speak to the facilities director. He really should object if you have players hit this against the fence. Okay. Now, when I coached, I always set up ragball drills outside of the field. It was just like a warm up where I'd have every player go up there. I had 3 buckets of rags and we spread them out. I tried doing this at first, not supervised. It didn't work out. So I made sure I had an assistant coach up there. And I try to give players anywhere from 10 to 20 swings uh, with the soft toss. I also have them do a hitting the ball off a tee as a warm up. Yeah, I usually use a wiffle ball or a pickleball. But what happens with those balls, they tend to like fly all over the place. You have to gather them up. That's another reason why I like this for the soft toss. You don't have to do too much running around to gather it up. Now, I don't want to just assume you all know what the soft toss is. Soft toss drill is you have a coach on one knee. He's at about a 45-degree angle, and I'll hold this up close. All right, away from the coach. It doesn't show it here, but usually we have a bucket of rag balls, and we'll toss it, and the player will hit them against the fence or a concrete wall. What I like to teach the players is try to hit it so the ball goes not above you from your eyesight below. I don't want it above the eye level. Okay. The beauty of soft toss drills, you have a lot of flexibility and you can even do advanced drills. All right. I'll give you an example. I do a drill where I toss up 2 rag balls and I would yell out either high or low, and the player would have to hit whichever one I called out. If I called that high, he hit the one that was higher. If I called that low, he hit the one which was lower. Very good drill. And you might say, well, what age can you do this? You can't do it too young. You could try it, I guess, at age 10, 11, or 12. But there's nothing wrong with trying it with young kids in the middle of a season. I also started to use masking tape with different colors. So I would use like a blue, I'd have a blue rag ball and I'd have the white rag ball, and I would toss it up and I'd yell out either blue or white. Again, it's eye-hand coordination and the player has to focus. All right. Depending upon the ability of the player, you could call blue or white either early if the player is not that advanced, or you could actually wait. I would also sometimes throw up 3 rag balls and I'd yell high, low, or middle. Another variation, I would throw up 2 rag balls And this is a real advanced drill. And I would yell middle, and the player would have to swing the bat in between the rag balls. Tough drill, but it's very doable. Okay. Now, if you're interested, I have different techniques like this in my book, Baseball Coaching, a guide for the youth coach and parent. If you don't have the money, I don't want you to spend money you don't have. You could go to your library, to the reference desk, and ask them to get it. They won't want to do it right away, but if you insist, because I self-publish my books, they will get a fee. I have uh, different techniques. I show you how to make a tarp, I'm sorry, a net out of a tarp for less than $30. So I'm going to close it out. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. And also, please, I welcome any comments. The rag ball, we use 1 inch and 2 inch masking tape, and be creative. Create any type of toss drills that you want to do with your players, with your son, with your daughter. Oh, by the way, I make them all different sizes. I'll make them small and I'll make them like softball size too. Okay, so with that, I'll close it out. And please subscribe to Schupak Sports. Until next time.